matchup into the Azir. So I think the laning is going to be a lot better there if you send Ezreal there, and Smolder down in bot, I think. But my worry is how the lane's going to go. This looks a little bit rough. Maybe the Alistar can neutralize the golem.
But we'll see.
I also think because you have double AD carries on your team, it makes sense to try and index into some of that magic damage. Obviously, the Maokai can provide a little bit of it, as we see Alvaro flash away.
They're looking for a dive. The chunk onto Broken Blade.
Myrwn's hit 3. He's got Polymorph. Broken Blade under the tower, rooted up, and there's first blood. MDK on the board early on.
The big chunks from the trade from Elyoya.
Yeah, just great adaptation. The communication must have been clear from Myrwn. Here I have the level advantage. I've got a stacked wave. I think we can dive and execute it flawlessly. Well done. Nice trades from Fresskowy in mid lane as well, but now G2 set their sights on bot.
The dive here. Alvaro does have the exhaust, puts it down early. Miky flashes away, he's tanking the tower. Alvaro will fall first. Yike has to flash away as well and almost dies. 100 HP on him. And in the end,
a relatively even game here so far in the early game.
Hans has had a freeze down in bot lane. At the very least now it's slow pushing out, but the wave state's been pretty bad down in bot side for Supa for a long time.
For the next dragon and the next grubs respawn, both teams working towards their first item as sights on Fresskowy here.
Jump in onto him, the cease and desist coming out as well. Alvaro gets the knock up, but the Emperor's Divide and the Ignite is enough. Caps gets the kill on his opposing mid lane, and now Alvaro's in a world of hurt, trying to get to the safety of the tower with the locket coming out. Caps still secures him. Supa now trying to trade back onto Miky, but Summers come to join the party. Miky pulled out with the face call as Yike goes in with a Bolt Breaker, and Elyoya and Supa down to half HP.
I was going to say, G2 are having a hard time forcing with the Vi and the Azir, because a play you want to make with the Azir post the pick.
Ultimately, I think they caught Yike. Sorry, Yike was able to catch him completely off guard. Broken Blades. Oh,
nice and mouse him again. The wild growth coming out from Myrwn, but is it enough to keep him alive? Puts the glitter lance down. Just enough of a shield from Pix there to
There's no TPs from either top lane. This will be a 4v4.
Broken Blade is moving down from the top side. Supa trying to get some damage down onto Summer. Miky jumping across the wall, lands the Shadowing Strike into the Magnet Storm. Mom called for a little bit of help. Alvaro goes in onto Summer, but there's no follow-up, and he immediately cleanses away the sun. Fate's Call coming out, and Alvaro is a pinata. The pincushion falls. Next up, Elyoya, who flashes away, but can't dash far enough to escape the clutches of Caps. Supa and Fresskowy now on the wrong side of the rift, because G2 have chased them behind the turret, and they'll find a double for Caps.
An excellent team fight for G2. They find the massive 3-man Rell ultimate engage, and crucially, Supa, his ult only heals him. It hits barely anyone, only MikyX if I remember right.
Now they're looking for the last member of MDK. Supa trying to get out of this situation. He can't get one back. And that'll be 4 dead on the side of MDK. As G2 extend their lead to 7-1, they'll secure the tower, secure the dragon.
What's they're going to be doing? I'm not sure it's a high enough caliber to take down G2.
Summit, he's looking for a bit of a play here. Oh, it's Miky.
And immediately they go in with the cease and desist as well. Oh, you just pull the trigger. And that's how you fire in. G2 looking for a little bit more as Alvaro tries to keep them away, but the tower should be their prize for now. Shadowing Strike lands onto Alvaro. He's locked back, but has the safety of a second turret to retreat to.
The Q flash was so fast instantly by Miky, finding the pick onto the Smolder instantly, and now the carry's just online. Fresskowy has no wave clear either, so they can just free hit the tower hit. There's really nothing MDK can do.
I mean, this really is a statement game so far from G2. 17 minutes in. Oh, ulti.
Knocked back. He went in with a twisted advance and has to flash to get out of that predicament. But G2 give him a quicker way to the grave. They send him packing. Myrwn being jumped on with the slicing. Maelstrom here by Broken Blade can try and trade back in. But even with the Luden's Companion, he doesn't really have the damage to work through the health bar of the Kennen.
And I really thought they played towards top more this game.
We say that basically every time, but just to remind you, doesn't do too much apart from prep us for the Elder Drake. Nature's Grasp coming out from Elyoya. Cap still has the flash. Can he get it out of range? Not quite. True Shot Barrage is going to hit. The tower goes down, as you say. Twisted advance forward. Emperor's Divide back. TP behind, and another TP to follow from MDK. Broken Blade and Myrwn will trade towards the top side of the fight. Flash forward from Fresskowy. Mystic Shot. One hits. He needs another, but he can't quite find it as Cap dodges to the safety of the tower. Elyoya on the wrong side of the rift. The chase up onto Fresskowy from Broken Blade himself. Fresskowy stays around. No flash, no mana. No hope in hell of surviving this one. Elyoya is trying to base in the bush, in the enemy jungle. We'll see Fresskowy down, but is Elyoya going to escape? The big question on everyone's lips as he's been caught out. He'll get taken out with the Ignite ticking, even through the locket. He dashes back in with a twisted advance, and then he falls. Caps looking for more as MDK are on the retreat.
And now they can turn their attention to the Baron. The idea from MDK is to catch Caps on a side lane, but he's just too mobile. They don't have the lockdown, they don't have the damage, and now now that they're overextended, it's easy pickings for G2, and at 21 minutes, they're looking to secure the first Baron of the game.
And I get the idea, you know, try to find a pick, stall the game out, but I think you had an easier option in waiting for potentially Myrwn mana on the Ezreal, and that could be your cope angle at the next dragon. Still, they try to pull the trigger up in topside, and it's kudos to Caps, right? He dodges absolutely everything.
Out misses Miky. MDK still trying to defend here. Yike jumps across the wall to clear out that control ward. Can't quite get onto it. Next wave about 5 seconds away from hitting the bot turret. Caps will take the mid inhib. G2 now push in with that next wave. MDK just really can't find much, can't find any purchase on this game. Their fingers are slipping off the ledge as G2 take a double inhib push.
Yeah, MDK, they have 2 tools to stop a siege, right? That's Maokai ult from Fog of War to play.
Does not give them a moment to breathe. MDK now coming back out, but Alvaro no ult. Very powerful for the Alistar in a fight like this. This is the point that you have to go in. He lands the knock-up on one. It's only Caps who flashes away. The Magnus Storm will lock Alvaro in place. Face call, pulls out one. Hunt Summer down to half. MDK still looking for more, but there's the threat of Broken Blade just slicing
back up. Spend what last of the gold he has, level 16 Azir, and the base is falling apart for MDK.
You've burnt all your ultimates as MDK as well, so G2 very willing just to step up. The first Nexus tower falls, the third inhib tower follows it. Caps can just step forward and rain hell down upon that Nexus turret. He dodges away from the Mystic shot. Alvaro is back up, but no flash to his name. Yike has that cease and desist. The Emperor's Divide still a possibility for G2. MDK, the last vestige of hope, quickly being extinguished here by Caps, who just shreds through Supa. Twisted advance forward, but there's the Zhonya's to buy a second. Miky diving in as well, and the slicing Maelstrom finds the backline. G2 are done with this game, and MDK can only stand and watch on their fountain as G2 will take game 1 in convincing fashion. Caps is still alive, Betty. You can say hang on all you want, but MDK can't. G2 will take the Nexus, and they'll go 1-0 up.
Smiles on the faces of Caps, as they should be. 7-0-6, the scoreline for him. And a statement has been made. G2 definitely look to be back in form, at least based on the first game of this series.
And I think also ultimately a bit too greedy for MDK's draft. I think there's way too much scaling on this team unless you're playing for those cross map up in topside. Question marks around that Lulu pick. Is that really the best angle? As well as